I'm Christina. We're with KS 3D Prints.
Yep. Welcome, everybody. And today we're going to be talking about file design.
My favorite part of our 3D printing business.
Yes. And she's the one in charge of all the file design right now, currently.
Yes, until I can teach him how to do it, which my job is a little more flexible, so a lot more flexible. So it's a little easier for me to do that and commit to that and take the time for it. The goal is that eventually he will also have more flexibility, in which case then he will also learn some file design.
Yep.
And if I'm being honest, sometimes the stuff I print, like my file designs have been a big hit, which has been super cool.
Yeah.
But like if I'm picking prints on Maker World or whatever, they're sometimes a flop because, and he has flops too, but I have more flops. He will pick the stupidest things, in my opinion, and they go crazy. Everybody loves them. So if file design for the two of us is anything like picking products, even though my file designs have been awesome and we've been so grateful for the response we've had to them,
Yes.
I'm willing to bet his are going to be even better.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
No pressure.
None. Zero.
Anyway, so we started a Patreon, 2 months ago? Maybe?
Yeah, 2 months ago.
It started with these gnomes. We had a few people who were loving gnomes. We printed somebody else's gnomes that we had a subscription to, and everybody loved them. So then we had a few people asking us for gnomes, and we didn't love all the available options from other people. So we started creating our own. And how did we even land on that's what we were going to do?
I think you decided to try it and to see what it would look like if you created an April showers gnome or a May flowers gnome, and then that after you created those two, then it started to really roll for you.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, June, July, August now, and then let's do state gnomes. So we got our first state gnome, which we live in Illinois, so obviously I'm an Illinois gnome.
Yeah.
So, and then our latest gnome that we have is our
s'mores, and that's been blowing up. So what we try to do for file design specifically is like pick a theme for the month, and then everything may not fall into the theme, but it gives us kind of a guide of like, okay, cool, so we know we need a gnome, we know we want some fidgets, what are we going to do that's specific to the theme, stuff like that. So we created a s'mores gnome, which has already been released on our Patreon. Right. So the rest of it will come out later. But like we have a s'more pass through that's going to be on Maker World on the 1st.
Yeah.
The next gnome is going to be a back to school gnome. So anyway, it's been a ton of fun. We use AI for some of it for sure. I know there's some creators who are only AI, and then there's some who don't use AI for any part of it. We definitely use AI for some.
So what we do though is we create the image, then we convert it to 3D, and then we print it.
Yeah.
Right? First, before we release it.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure it prints. Because nothing is worse than having a file out there that no one can print. And now sometimes we get, people asking, this isn't printing for me. Why isn't it not printing for me?
It's only happened once, and I don't understand why, but we'll figure it out.
Because we're not there at that person's house.
No, we don't just create a file with AI and then throw it up. It's very much, usually there's modifications afterward, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm by no means an expert file designer, but I've learned so much, and there's things that I create completely from scratch, which I'm really proud of. But everything is test printed first. Ideally, before I color it, occasionally, that is not what happens. And it's very frustrating when I have to recolor. But yes, everything is test printed first before we post it. And the pictures we post are real pictures taken of the product that was printed. So we are definitely very, very proud of that. We have a couple of different customers who reach out to us and they're like, oh, can you make, whatever. And the most recent one, I don't have it here. I wish I did. We had a customer, one of our regular customers from the mall, reach out, and she was on vacation, and she is in the mountains right now, and she saw a black bear in the wild, and she wanted something to remember that. So she saw something in a store that was like a wood, like layered art black bear, and I had already just started making some layer art with, our file design and 3D printing, and so she saw those and she's like, would you be able to make something like this? And literally, I was so freaking proud. Within a couple hours, I actually had it completely done. And something like that, the only thing I'm using AI for is to help me create a stencil for the outline of it. And the rest of it, I'm pretty much creating from scratch, which is pretty cool.
Which is awesome. You got to start somewhere with it. you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, and I think over time we're going to get into some more robust type of 3D software. So like Fusion 360.
Yeah.
Like right now we're using Tinkercad, and that's a great little program to start. Honestly, without Tinkercad, we wouldn't have the designs we have today. You know?
No, we use Tinkercad for basically everything. Almost everything we do goes through Tinkercad at some point.
Yeah.
A lot of the gnomes don't, but most I don't know. It's complicated. If you're curious, I'll share. Let me know.
Okay.
So two of our biggest files actually were the we did the Patriotic Star, which kind of blew up on Maker World. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And then also our Bottle Rocket Fidget. And those two were things that were actually made completely by scratch. So that is super exciting.
That is very cool. And I'm so happy. I'm so proud of her for taking that initiative and doing that and making those things. And that's the creativity of her. And she'll say she's not really all that creative. She's very creative. Don't let her fool you.
I can be sometimes, and it depends on a lot. So
well, just like how she says she doesn't know how to paint. There's a lot of things that she painted for us and did a very good job with it. So,
yeah, we do people's dogs. And when the second dog somebody asked me to 3D print was like, there's no way I could 3D print this dog the way it is.
There would have been 5,000 color changes.
Oh, it would have taken like 30 days to. It was. The dog is a beautiful dog, but he was very, very salt and peppered. He was very old. He was already a multicolored dog. He was a very hairy Chihuahua. And so, like, trying to do that on a 3D printer, there's no way I could have done that dog justice. So instead, we printed him in all black.
Yep.
And then I hand painted him. And that was the first time I realized that I could paint okay sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
the dogs I do a really good job on.
You do a real great job. And then someone asked for a Venom.
A Venom bust, yeah.
Oh my God! I did hand color, like not hand coloring, but coloring.
We colored him on the computer. I tried for a while. You tried for hours.
5.5 hours I spent on this, and then I hit repair
because we didn't know.
We didn't know.
I think it's different now, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not trying it anymore.
Yeah.
I touched that repair button, and it just erased all of my coloring that I spent 5.5 hours doing. I said, all right, we're gonna print this in black, and we're gonna just paint this. You know, and so we busted out the markers, the acrylic markers, and painted it, and it looks fabulous.
Yeah, he was really happy with it.
He was so pleased with it, and I swear, and that right there is like why we do this, is to see your faces when you find that product you're looking for, something you weren't even looking for, and you see it, and you're like, wow. And I get that too, because I love that. That's fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I think being able to paint a little bit gives us a lot of freedom to try things that otherwise we really wouldn't. Like that Venom, there's no chance in heck we would have done it, especially for the price that we'd quoted. Like you can't sometimes. So I'd be interested in knowing, if you're a 3D printer, what you do for pricing things like that. Like if I'm printing something for somebody that takes 7 or 8 days, I don't even want to take the risk on that. Right. Like I literally don't want to take the risk that I'm going to print this for 7 or 8 days, even at a quoted price that warrants the 7 or 8 days, which is still a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, if somebody's willing to pay, like it was like a mushroom, right? I think it was the knit mushroom. Somebody wanted us to print the knit mushroom for them, and they wanted it really, really big. And I was like, so I looked it up. It was like a 9-day print. Yeah. I don't remember what, there was a lot of filament changes, so there was also a lot of cost to it. I think it was going to cost like $90 to make, which is, if you know what a roll of filament costs, that's insane.
It was about, I think it was going to be 2.5 kilograms of filament.
No, it was more than that, because again, the cost of making it was like $90. It was insane. It was absolutely crazy. It might have even been more than 90.
From what I remember, it was like there was 2.5. Maybe that was the waste.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a lot. It was just a lot, because it had to do filament changes every
go around. Yeah.
Hit the spot and then have to change. Hit the spot. It was big. It was gonna be like this big.
Anyway, so the question that I have for you is, if you're a 3D printer, how do you actually quote something like that? Because I can quote it per hour. I can quote the product. I can, quote all of that stuff and give them a price. But now there's the risk of a 9-day print. So I have a printer tied up for 9 days, which is wrapped up in the original cost of it. But if something goes wrong halfway through, or even a day into it, like that, that's a huge
Oh.
cost, and I don't want to eat that, nor do I want to charge them for it if I can
Right.
avoid it. Plus, so anyway, I guess I'm having a hard time understanding on something like that. If we were ever going to do it, how do you can't really quote somebody and tell them if it fails, you're paying me anyway, and
Yeah.
here's the extra cost to redo it. Like, so anyway, I'd be interested in knowing how people are quoting things like that when they are quoting people prices on more complex prints, even if they're not 9 days.
That'd be great to know. Leave a comment below to let us know how you would do this.
Yeah. Thanks
We
for following
appreciate it.
along on our journey. Make sure to
Yeah.
give us a like and a subscribe so other people can see our videos, and let
Definitely.
us know what else you'd like to see from us. We've done a lot of 3D printing last year.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
We'll be here. So we'll see you around. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.